Hello everybody and welcome to a machine learning tutorial. That's me, Osama Abu Hajar, and we're gonna start right now. Before we start, so I have explained in the previous video about the agenda of my tutorial, and here we go with the first video to talk about some labels we're gonna hear during the process. But before I start, I have to say double click on any of these fields will show you the resources, so you could get the links of anything from double click on the field. The other things, I am always referencing to the main slides from my course. The one has been done by Craig Doyle in IT Carlo, so you could click on the slides, refer to the slides, because the correct informations are in the slides, so I am referring always to the slides. Other things, I am using Jupyter Notebook in this tutorial, so I have included the link about how to install Jupyter Notebook and how to install it on your Windows or Linux. So let's start. So as I have said, labels that you might hear during the process. So to make you ready and to be ready for the actual machine learning and to have a better understanding of machine learning, I would love to describe some labels such as data, information. We used to hear these labels a lot, but there was no actual understanding about the difference between them. Say for me, I was surprised when my teacher asked me what's the difference between data and information. So easily and straightforward. So data, let's say we have a student data. So this data is collected about the results and the marks. Then we have total mark. The mark has been given to the students, and the percentage. So that is data. So it's is qualitative or quantitative values of variables has been collected. So that is data. But what is information? It's exact same data, but this data has been processed, organized, and structured to represent the 5 highest students in this actual subject. So this information tells me and give me a straightforward information that this student got the highest 5 marks within the class. So here we have a good understanding right now between data and information from this actual simple example. And from this point, we could expand our knowledge about huge examples in the world. We do have data type, so you're gonna hear about JSON databases, XML, email, audio. So it's good to know what's the difference between structured data, semi-structured data, and unstructured data. So structured data is databases. So we have columns, we have tables, rows. So that is really structured data. So everything has an identifier, like key values or whatever. We do have semi-structured, so it's represented by JSON. So JSON is dictionary of dictionary and list, so you could put list into dictionary. So it's kind of structured. You have a list, you have a dictionary, but at the same time it takes different input types, so that makes it not fully structured. So unstructured data is kind of audio, video, image. So if you saw this actual input of this or if you get the data from this actual video, let's say you have a video, then you convert it to bytes or whatever, you won't be able to understand what is the data behind the scenes because it's unstructured. The machine knows, but you can't know. So we have to talk about data format. So before we start, it's good to know data format. So one of the most important and popular data formats we have is JSON and XML. So what is JSON and what is XML? So JSON is a kind of, as I have said, dictionary into the dictionary. So this dictionary has a key and value. Then we could have a key and dictionary as a value. So that kind of information makes it easy to understand by user, makes it easy to read, and makes it easy to support by different languages. Like we could use it in Python, you could use it in anywhere, we could use it for APIs. It's really good, it's really easy to understand. We do have XML. So what is XML is less simple than JSON, so it's kind of more complicated. Doesn't support array and it's less human readable. So if you compare this to this, you will see there is a huge difference between the reading. Like here you have a child, and in the child you have attributes, then in the attributes you have the key and the value. So that makes it hard, but it could be used, with machine learning, both of them. So the other things we would like to learn about is learning type. So what is learning types? So we do have in machine learning, we do have number of types. So as I described in this diagram over here, we have supervised, unsupervised, reinforcement. These three different types are the machine learning types. So in the next video, I'll be describing them in details. I'll be going through each of them, and watch me in the next video. Thank you.